I like it.
I like it too.
Listen, that was a group.
It was a whole vibe.
That was a whole vibe. Now,
Hey.
one of the benefits of summertime work is we get to experiment. So this is a
Yes.
new experiment. The background is different. The vibe was different. The video is different.
The video is different.
Inside joke. Listen, we are so accustomed to our other format making us glamorous and stuff. This one,
Not so much.
you get us in the unfiltered version.
It's the unfiltered version of us.
But we have great information. This is still the Doing the Doctorate podcast. We are still here. I am still Dr. Kesslin in all of my non-filtered glory.
There it is.
And the purpose of this podcast is to help you get in, through, and out successfully of your doctoral program. We want to make sure that we are helping the world by helping you become doctors. And so that is the purpose of this podcast. I'm Dr. Kesslin with the PhD Consultants. And that's what I've been doing for the last 12, 13, 15 years, helping folk get in, through, and out of their doctoral program. But if you follow us, even on a different platform where things look a little different, you know that I don't do this work alone. I am so grateful to have the incomparable, I actually wrote it down this time, Doc.
You did?
Yes, I did. The incomparable early childhood educator, innovator of STEM Early LLC, incredible, amazing woman. And we call her the doctor with the coolest name, Dr. O.
Hey, oh, hey. That will never get old.
I love it. The doctor with the coolest name. I love it. What's up? Oh, how are you?
I'm good. It's summer.
In these unfiltered streets.
Listen, it's summer unplugged, unfiltered.
Unfiltered, unplugged. But we're here. You look beautiful. Really,
thank you.
Green is your color.
I appreciate it. I think the earrings are a little too big, but like you said, we're experimenting.
We're experimenting.
It's
summer.
It's summer.
Yeah.
I think the earrings are a little too big, but it's summer and still relaxing, still chilling, still getting ready to go on all the planes, trains, and automobiles for whirlwind conferences. But yeah, other than that, amazing. I'm resting.
That's good. Resting. Me too. Well,
Well,
I'm getting into my rest season. So what do you think about the platform? I think I like it. I love the music.
I was going to say that. I love the music. I just needed to have the filter.
You didn't need the filter.
Or I need to put makeup on before I come. Like I can't just roll in here with
Wait, we can't roll in on skates with 1 minute before we go live. We have to roll in a few, take some
time, do a light beat, and then jump on if we're going to use this platform. But we're experimenting.
You never know. We have several options, so you never know. Yes. Well, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Glad that your week was great, restful.
Good. Yes.
Productive.
For the
VBS,
most part.
You're still recovering from VBS?
I'm still recovering.
From 2-3 weeks ago?
Yes, I'm still recovering. Okay. And live events are a lot of work. And I see why people who run small businesses only do live events once or twice a year. Mm-hmm. Large scale live events.
Yes.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
So.
It is a lot of work. But you did that. Yeah. Well, let's get started. Let me give the doctoral thought for the day. And it is this: courage is found not in having all the answers. We say some version of this periodically,
it's
right?
True.
Courage is found not in having all the answers, but in asking bold questions. Think on that. Courage is not found in having all the answers, but in asking bold questions. We talk a lot. We're in a special series helping you to get ready to apply for your doc program. And so we've been talking about some of the mistakes that people make. And some of the mistakes that people make is thinking that they have to know everything. No,
Yes.
Don't have to know. In fact, the premise of doctoral education is honing in on a great question.
Yep.
One really important,
Good question.
very narrow, intentionally constructed question, because the question is what guides us. And so, courage is not found in having all of the answers, no, but it's found in asking bold questions. We want to encourage you to ask the questions. Ask the questions. Doc, your thoughts?
And it takes courage to do that, because we're not taught to do that in
Absolutely.
education. Education is often the passive accumulation of yesterday's knowledge. And so we're not taught to question that. We're just taught to passively consume yesterday's answers to yesterday's questions, and
Yep.
not question, like, what we're learning first of all, and why we're learning it, and how that learning can is relevant for the future. Like, that takes
Or
courage.
even for today,
Or for
right?
today. Yeah.
Is the information that we learned from
Yes.
yesterday's questions still relevant in today's time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to memorize isn't to understand.
Absolutely.
And so, again, I feel like we say this often.
We do, because because it's really important, and people don't. The doctoral program is a completely different
It really is
process, right?
It really, really is.
Process. You really have to take a step back to think about what you don't know, and that is so contradictory to what we've ever been taught.
So contradictory.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
most of the time we're taught to prove what we know.
Yes.
On a test.
Yeah. I'm going to disseminate this information. You passively consume it and prove that you have memorized, so that you can regurgitate what I've taught you.
Right.
And then that will prove that you are a scholar. When in fact, the doctoral process says, no, in fact, that doesn't prove that you're a scholar at all. Yeah. It just proves that you're good at memorizing information and taking tests.
And Doc, in certain communities, particularly communities of color, we've been taught to be obedient to what we hear, right? We've been taught, look, if you were like me, I grew up in the South. If you were like me, you've really gotten into some trouble asking questions, right? Yep. So we were told not to ask questions, but there is courage.
Yes.
That comes or is associated with asking the bold questions. And that's what doctoral education is about.
Yeah.
Asking the bold questions.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid of asking the questions.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
So last time, courage is found not in having all of the answers. And now let me just pause right there. Because that requires a level of humility, right? Courage is found in not having all the answers. To be able to say, I don't know, is a part of the process. But that takes courage.
Yeah.
The answer is not having all the answers. Courage is associated with asking bold questions.
Yeah. And I just wrote down, the hardest thing about thinking differently is to admit that what you were thinking in the first place was wrong. Because that's...
Pause. Mercy. Say that again, please.
The hardest thing about thinking differently is to admit that what you were thinking in the first place was wrong. And that's a blow that most egos aren't willing to take.
Especially at this level.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's where the humility comes in.
Right.
And the doctoral process will humble you. And that's a good thing, because you have to admit that you don't have the answers. You're searching for the answers. You've mentioned, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, where you were on your soapbox about get your doctorate in a year.
But predatory degree programs.
You mentioned a student who had his answer already, and he was coming into the process to prove that he was right.
Yeah.
And that is not what this is about.
Nope.
But traditionally, education has taught us that we have to prove that we're right versus we have to ask bold questions that we
Yes.
may or may not
Right.
find the answer to in this question, because your question may lead to another question, which may lead to another question, which you may pass away and leave a legacy for someone else to continue your research. So
Absolutely.
it does take courage, and it takes humility, and it's just a different process.
That is hard to explain to people
Yeah.
because it's not something that we're accustomed to,
Yeah.
at least in the current educational system.
100%.
Next week, I think it's going to be next week, we're actually going to talk about how to know when you're not ready,
Ooh,
when it's not your time. And a
that's
part
good.
of that may be connected to this whole concept of having a question.
That's good.
Right. So that's next week. But for today, we're in a summer session, and the summer session is really focused on helping those of you who are interested in pursuing your doctorate, helping you prepare your admissions application, helping you get in, giving you some things to think about. There will be more information shared in the Doctoral Prep Boot Camp. Okay, I know I've been talking about it for a while. We're going to narrow it down. I was looking at the calendar today. I think it's going to be the last weekend in August, but that Monday is Labor Day weekend, so it may be the week after. We'll see. But one of those two weekends, the last weekend in August or the first weekend in September, we're going to be sharing even more details about how to submit a successful application. We're going to do a boot camp. We're going to give you, I'm going to tell you everything that I know. So I give a lot of information here, but in the boot camp, we're actually going to put strategy in place, right? You're going to have homework. You're going to have tasks. By the time you finish the boot camp, you should have a big part of your application process, at least in mind, a sketch, a framework. So that's going to be the boot camp at the end of the month. Until we get to the boot camp, I want to encourage you to get this book.
Yes.
This book is specifically for those who are interested in getting their doctorate. You're interested in applying, but you don't even know where to start. You don't know how to find the money, how to know what program to go into. So this book, Doing the Doctorate, What to Know, Where to Go, and How to Begin to Win. This is your map. This is your handbook that's going to help you get through. And so there are some, I always have some words of inspiration in, but it's just information that's going to help you get through to supplement what we're getting on the podcast. So for today we're talking about 7 steps to staying organized while researching doctoral programs. Listen, if you're serious about this journey, you have a lot of work to do. Last week or the week before, we talked about actually doing the research.
Yes.
But in order to do the research, you're going to have a lot of information. It's going to be key for you to be organized.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
7 practical steps. So let me give you the first one. Create a program tracking spreadsheet. Right? It can be an Excel spreadsheet. It can be a table in a Word document. But you need to have a spreadsheet that it allows you to insert information like the school name, the school website, the type of degree program. A lot of people ask, Doc, should I do a PhD or a practice degree like a DSW or an EDD or DBA, or there are so many others.
Yeah.
Your spreadsheet is going to tell you the school and what type or types of programs they offer. You also need to know the modality of teaching. Is it online? Is it hybrid? Is it high flex? Is it in person? Like there are so many options. And your application deadlines. Listen, the applications are typically available. Deadlines are sometime between October and January. So your spreadsheet should have the day that your application is due. You're not going to wait until the last minute to turn it in, but and then tuition. How much does it cost? All right. So first, step 1, make sure that you have a spreadsheet, a tracking system, so that you can make your notes. All right. Easy, right? Easy, right, Doc? Easy. Second, set a weekly research rhythm.
This one.
This one, right?
This one right
Like,
here.
how do we do it? We're so busy. We know. We understand. But if this is priority, then you got to make it priority, right? So that could mean you set 1 or 2 days aside, 1 or 2 hours for 1 or 2 days, 30 minutes every day, whatever your strategy is to make sure that you're actually doing the research. Whatever works for you. I tend to be a morning person. So I tend to do things before the crack of dawn. I send emails to my colleagues before the sun rises. But most people do, a lot of people do things at night. So based on your circadian rhythm, set up your rhythm, set up your working rhythm. You want to pray at a certain time of the day. You want to send your emails at a certain time of the day. You want to schedule your interviews at a certain time of the day. Like, what works best for you? But set up a rhythm. Doc, what works best for you? What's your best?
Environment matters. So I had to go to the library specifically.
You did.
I specifically went to the University of Maryland College Park Library, and I went twice a week when I really was focused, but I definitely went once a week, and I did it at night. So I had very young children when I was writing, and so I had to get them settled, and then I would go like at 6 or 7 at night, and then I would just be in that environment. And it was something about being there. My brain clicked in, this is research time. And so I found that I couldn't do research at home because there was too many distractions. Even when I tried to like go into my office, like the laundry would be calling, the dishes would be calling. So for my rhythm, it was environment. Like I had to be specifically at the College Park Library, and I got most of my work done there. I would go to Howard County Library, local libraries, but if I really wanted to get in it and get 3 good solid hours, 3 to 4 hours of uninterrupted research, because it just made me feel like a student when I was on the college campus. So I think your environment matters, and establish a place where this is my place to do my research.
Whatever it is. Whether it's research about what program to enter or research that because you're in a program. I like that. Environment matters. Environment matters. That's good. That's good. So for me, it's time of day. For O, it's environment. Third point, think about using a color-coded system. So as you begin to do your research, as you begin to reach out to these colleges and universities, you look at your chart, your spreadsheet, and you may decide there are some schools that you absolutely know this is not it, as my girls would say. This is not it. Maybe you want to mark that in red. Schools that are really great possibility, maybe you want to mark those in yellow. And schools that you know you are interested in moving to the next stage, mark those in green. Whatever your color codes are, right? Color code your application process reviews, right? So what do we say for step one? Step one, you're going to get a spreadsheet. You're going to develop a spreadsheet with all of the information, the basic information about the school. School name, degree program, degree type, modality, money. So deadlines, 1. 2, set aside your research strategy or your rhythm, right? For me, it's morning. For Dr. O, it's at her location. All right. 3rd, color code your process. All right. 4th, AI is going to help you with this.
Yes. Thank God for AI.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
AI. Now that you've color coded, you kind of know what you're looking at. It's time to do some outreach. So you want to create a doctoral research email folder and labeling system. To review, completed, follow-up needed. And that's going to go with the next step, which is actually construct the email. Chat, other AI tools will help you construct your outreach email. Maybe you want to make a phone call. In fact, I suggest you email with a follow-up phone call with a follow-up email.
Oh, I like it.
Right? Send an email. Say, I'm interested in your program. 2 or 3 days later, call them. If you talk to somebody, you send a follow-up email that day or the next day saying, thank you for the conversation. Right? But this should all be in a folder. Listen, don't be like me having things all over your desktop on your computer. Be better.
Be better.
Be better.
Be better.
Right? Create your doctoral research file, folder, and labeling system. Okay?
Yeah.
How do you organize your life, Doc? You listen. Don't ask such questions. We are friends.
I have a VA. I'm not even gonna. I have a VA. I mean, it's not a strength. And so I believe in outsourcing where I'm weak. And I am definitely weak in those type of things. So she organizes my email, she organizes my Google Drive, and it's the best money that I spend, monthly. Just like people who know they're not going to set aside the time to clean. It's not their highest and best use. So they hire a cleaning company.
I remember you saying that a while ago. Your highest and best
You have to reserve yourself for your highest and best use.
Yeah.
And for me,
I love that.
I get really overwhelmed with this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so if I can just put it all in there and have somebody organize it for me, to me, it's worth the dollars that I spend on it, because it was just really overwhelming.
And so to that point, you have to know yourself, right? You know your strengths. If you need help, if you need help thinking through, you need a coach.
Yeah.
If you need help doing, you may need a VA.
Yeah, true.
If you need ideas, you may need to utilize the tools that AI provides.
Yes.
There is support for you so that you can utilize your strengths in the best way possible.
Way possible.
Mm-hmm. And bless someone else who wants to utilize their strengths. That part, right?
That part.
Right?
That part.
So once you start collecting all this information, you want to put it in a folder, a digital folder, a physical binder, so that you know where you can find it. And then you're going to keep track of your conversations at some point, because they're going to be coming after you, because you're so absolutely amazing and you followed all the tips that Dr. Kesslin has told you. They're going to be coming after you, and you need to keep track of those conversations.
Yeah.
So make sure that you have a system that keeps track of the conversations. Now, here's the most important part of this 7-point process. Talk to God about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Be reflective.
That's good.
This is a really important decision for you, for your family, for your generations, for your community. Sorry to add pressure, but it is. You want to make great decisions that are steeped in God's design, God's purpose for you. So rest, reflect, pray.
That's good.
Meditate. Keep yourself healthy so you can process everything.
Yeah.
It's the 7th step, but it is the most important step. Yeah. Doc, your thoughts?
I mean, systems are the proof that you want what you say you want. They just are. And you can't, it's going to reduce overwhelm. And if you're overwhelmed just by these 7 steps, that's proof that you need help. You said, Dr. Kesslin, you may need a VA, you may need a coach. You may be like Doctoral and need both.
I was going to say, yes. Yes.
Because I need both. And so I say this often, wisdom is designed to shrink time. And if you know that diving into this is going to make you frantic and it's going to make you feel a sense of overwhelm, but you really feel called to going and getting your doctorate, then you need to, step one, seek help. That's step one, because a coach will help you and hold you accountable and take these 7 steps in bite size versus say, oh my God, now I got to do all this in a spreadsheet and color code. And no. Okay, so by Wednesday, I want you to do this. And then you check back in. You should not do this alone.
It's the same process as writing.
I was going to say, as I was looking at this, I'm like, this is the same. If you do this to get into a program, you are already setting yourself up for success when you are in the program. And then when you start writing, and here's the kicker, then when you are running your business post doctorate, because you're going to have to be reaching out to clients, following up with clients, tracking those things. So this is just a skill set that you're going to need, period, end of story.
Absolutely.
So working on it now, building it now, getting comfortable with it now, developing relationships with coaches and VAs and consultants now is going to just set you up for success.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, ask the bold questions.
Yes.
Which is where we started. You don't know everything, and that's okay.
You don't.
There are people here who can help you.
Yes.
If you ask the bold questions.
Yeah. And be humble enough to say, okay, Dr. Kessler, you said use a color coding to sort and prioritize. I see what you're saying here, but I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because someone explained it to you doesn't mean you understand.
Right.
And you have to be humble enough to say, I don't understand. Can you help me? Is probably the boldest question that we ask, because we are taught, especially as women of color, to do it all on our own because we're super women and we can handle it and we got this. And it's almost as if asking for help is a sign of weakness. This girl right here, I will ask for help. People say all the time, oh my goodness, Dr. O, how do you do it all? Because I asked for help. I had 81 volunteers for VBS. There is no way that I could have put that on by myself. And there's no way you can get in, through, and out of the doctorate by yourself. So start asking for help now as you're even pursuing, so that when you get in it, you are used to asking for help.
And getting help on the way in is going to save you time and money. On getting out. That's just the truth.
It is.
Making the right choices about getting in will save you time and money getting out. Let me repeat the 7 steps. Create a program tracking spreadsheet. Important. Set a weekly research rhythm. Use a color coding system. Create a doctoral research file or folder, right? That's number 4. Develop a digital or physical binder where you can keep all of this information. Number 6, document conversations. I don't know if I said that enough, but document conversations. After you have your conversation with the person, send them a follow-up email that says, thank you so much for the conversation. I understood that this university has limited resources. This university has its focus on. Document those conversations for you and for them. And don't forget to keep God in all things.
In all of it.
Build upon what God says. Rest, reflection, and build upon what God says. So, Doc, what's coming up this week for you? Let's see. What is
so
coming up this week?
So we are flying to Seattle this week, finally. We've been preparing for the National Association for Elementary School Principals, where we'll be presenting our book on advancing empathy and equity in early childhood. So, and then from there, I'm flying to a conference in Chicago for some work that I'm doing with a company called Touch for Life. And then from there, I'm flying to Atlanta for some work that I'm doing with a company called Therapy for Black Girls.
You're not going to be busy, are you?
No.
A few things.
No, few things.
You're making my life seem really.
Few things. That's why we were focused on rest.
Rest while you can, right? Rest while you can.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm getting ready for our boot camp. That's going to be exciting. I'm getting ready for our NACSW convention, November 13th through 16th in Norfolk, Virginia. If you are a Christian social worker, a therapist, a clergy person, you want to come, you want to be there. It's going to be really nice. 75th year. And wow, the school year is going to be beginning.
Oh, stop. We're not even saying don't even say that.
It's not time yet? Okay.
Why would you say that?
I'm sorry. It just hit me.
No.
I know we just got out. I know. I was talking to a friend yesterday. She said, my daughter starts school August the 5th.
The what?
August 5th.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
Yeah. Well, we still have a few more sessions to go in our summer series. So join us next week. Next week is going to be a little interesting. Next week, we're talking about how to know when to say no. When it's not time, when it's not the right school, when it's just everything's not in place. So how to know when to say no. That's next week. Until then, anything else, O?
Nope.
All right. Listen, I think we're almost on time this time.
Almost.
All right, y'all. We love you. We thank you for being here. We hope that this summer series has been helpful. Please reach out to us, Dr. Kesslin, on all things social media. Oh, what are you
all things at STEM Early?
STEM Early. She's like,
what am I? All things
STEM Early. All right. We love you. We'll talk to you next week. Love you, Mom and Dad. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.